Okay, so here it is. We are on Montour Ridge in Montour County, which is close to Danville, Pennsylvania. And we are on the side of a very steep hillside, very rocky. And I think we found what is a Native American cairn. I found this about a week ago, and at first I thought, oh, it's an old home foundation. It kind of looks like, you know, stone walls of a home. But upon closer inspection, you'll see this is no foundation. We have a happy explorer on top there. This is not a foundation at all. However, they are hand-stacked rocks for sure. Try and give you an idea how thick this thing is. Whoa. So here's the stacking. What do you think, boyo? I'll try and give you another view here. So, okay, here we are again from the side. And it's just way too thick to be a foundation. Plus, we are nowhere near anything. I know a bit about the history of this area. And while there was iron ore mining in the area, and there was charcoal manufacturing and logging and all that good stuff, we're nowhere near where any of that stuff took place. Let me show you here. There's another really nice stacked wall. And it's you know, it's not beautiful masonry, but at the same time it's not haphazard. So at first I thought, well, maybe there's a slight depression over here, and I thought, oh, maybe it was exploratory iron ore mining. But my goodness, you know, this pile is stacked so meticulously, I really find that hard to believe. We'll get out a tape measure here and try and get an idea for total dimensions. But I did a little research on these things called cairns, and they were built by peoples all over the world, but certainly here in Pennsylvania by ancient peoples. And some research I was saying said some native people did it clear up through the late 1700s. I know the Cherokee Indians did it, and we're not exactly in Cherokee country, but that does not rule out that whatever peoples did live here. Well, I guess I can comment on that. This is Susquehannock Indian territory, who were later kind of subjugated by the Iroquois. There's our happy explorer. So in other words, you're looking at a territory that, at least in modern times, was Iroquois and Susquehannock. But, you know, there were people here for thousands of years before them. I'm convinced that this is of no industrial importance. I think this was a Native American structure. And it's really questioned as to what these were for. Some people theorize that they were for burial. Which is why I don't want to give away the location of this. I appreciate the landowners giving us permission to do this, but I am going to keep the exact location somewhat secret to protect the site, because unfortunately people do destroy these sites if they think there might be artifacts inside. Other people suggest that it would serve a religious purpose for prayer. Calvin, be real careful that you do not knock any of those rocks down. I'm kind of the opinion that it might be the prayer. I think what seems to make sense to me would be like if Indians would come up from the valley, and I don't know if you can tell us, but it's quite steep here, and they'd come up and maybe carry a rock for prayer purposes, almost kind of like a sign of dedication, that a person would carry a rock like this for a certain distance and then add it to the pile and pray. Now, I'm by no means an expert at all. I have no idea what I'm talking about, to be honest. But to me, that's a theory that would make sense. You guys want to help me get some dimensions? What? And we're going to get our happy explorer fell. That's about 5 feet. So to the top here is about 5 feet, and I'm convinced the top went clear over. It appears there's a lot of rocks kind of like spilled and crashed down over that way. And either from years and years of trees falling down, or perhaps somebody digging to try and find artifacts, who knows. I think the original structure was more of a stacked mound. Let's try and get a length. Happy Explorer, will you take us to the all the way to the end? Walk all the way to the other end. Tell me when you're at the end, Happy Explorer.
Don't forget, buy some stuff at the Spring Fling. The last box.
All right, that's good right about there. Stop.
Here.
All right. maxed out my tape. That's 25 feet.
That's as far to go.
Good job, Happy Explorer. All right, let go.
Go.
You can let go. That's good.
Oh.
That's good. That's about 8 feet across. So we'll do a little math here and we'll get you a cubic volume. That is a lot of rock. So I rule out that this was for surveying purposes. I've had people say that. Thanks, Happy Explorer. I had people I told this about, they said, well, it's probably to mark property boundaries. No, you don't mark property boundaries for something this huge. And all the local iron ore mines around the area, and they're not on this area. Both of you guys. All right, so we'll try and show you the width one more time here. But this to me is almost certainly a Native American. All right, well, I had to switch cameras here, so it's going to be a slightly different picture. My batteries went dead on my other camera. So I'll just sum it up here again. What we have here is a structure in Montour County on a very, very steep mountain slope. Let me just give you an idea of the steepness here. This is steep, very rocky. There's no way to get a vehicle in here, let alone a horse. And I see no explanation for this stacked pile of rocks, except for that it was a Native American cairn. And as you can see, about where he's standing, I think it used to still be solid rock, and then it kind of was tipped or hit with a tree and kind of spilled out and over. We'll go to the other end. The other end's more still kind of in the integrity of the structure is still pretty visible. But doing some research on these in West Virginia and Pennsylvania, and it's debated what they were for. See, I think the whole thing looked like that. I think it was stacked the whole way down, both ways. Seems like a lot of these are on the north sides of ridges. Not at the top, not near the bottom, but kind of like halfway up. The one unique thing though, I found a lot of the other sites that have these in Pennsylvania, there's multiple cairns in one area, and we're going to look around here, but this is the only one I've been able to find. But it's certainly too big to be explained by for surveying purposes and stuff. It's just too big. And there's no way it's the foundation of any structure. Nobody in their right mind would have lived up here. It's just solid rocks everywhere. There's no farmable land. There's no water nearby. So I really don't think this was a barn or house. It's just, we are literally miles from any paved road or any house of any kind. So we are truly out there. Found it by accident last week. Didn't we, boys? So we have Explorer 1. Happy Explorer 2. Explorer 2, can we see your face? Oh, he's afraid. Oh, he's not afraid. And I appreciate the landowners giving us permission to come out here and take measurements. But for purposes of protecting the site, I'd prefer not to give specifics away of where we are or mention the landowners by name. But they know who they are, and I appreciate them letting us come out here and document this for the sake of local history, and hopefully someone will watch this video and be able to shed a little light onto what we might be looking at here. To the best of my knowledge, this is the only one in Montour County, so hope somebody out there can prove me wrong and show multiple sites. Bye.